Watch this closely. We call print to say hello, and we store whatever print gives back an X. Then we print X. So what's an X? Hello again? An empty line? Guess before I run it. Hello. And then none. The actual word none. Here's the thing. Print did its job. It showed hello on screen. But the value it handed back was none. Doing something and giving back a value are two different things, and none is what you get when there's nothing to give back. If you've ever seen a mysterious none, this is why. Let's clear it up. None, Python's way of saying nothing is here. Start with what it means. Think of a variable as a box. None is what's in the box when it's deliberately empty. The box is real. It just holds a special value, meaning there's nothing meaningful here yet. Like a form with the age field left blank. Blank isn't 0. 0 would claim they're 0 years old. Blank means we don't know. That gap is exactly why none exists. Let's make one and look at it. We set winner to none on purpose. The game hasn't been played, so there's no winner yet. That's an honest, deliberate empty. Just none. And here's a fact to file away. None is the single, one and only value of its own special type, called none type. Every none you ever see anywhere in Python is that same one object. Hold that thought. It's the key to checking for it correctly. Here's where confusion starts. Beginners lump these together, but they're genuinely different. 0 is a real number you can do math with. False is a real Boolean. An empty string is real if empty text. None is none of those. It means there is no value here at all. Here's the picture to hold on to. A bank balance of 0 is a fact. The account has no money in it. A balance of none means we haven't even looked it up yet. We simply don't know. Treating those two the same is exactly where bugs sneak in. Don't take my word for it. Ask Python. Is none equal to 0, to false, to an empty string? We can just ask, using the comparison operators from the Booleans episode. None is not equal to 0. Different things. Not equal to false either, even though both feel empty. And not an empty string. None only ever equals none, the most important habit here. To ask whether something is none, you use the keyword is. Result is none, not double equals. Because there's only ever one none in the whole language, is checks whether your variable is that one exact object, which is precisely the question. It's the correct Pythonic way, and it reads like plain English. For now, we'll just print the answer. Soon, with if statements, you'll use it to decide what to do. Result is none asks the right question and gives back a Boolean, just like the comparisons we know. And is not none is how you check the opposite, whether there's actually a value. Result really is none, true. And is not none is false because it is none. You'll also reach for none on purpose. A common pattern is to start a variable at none, meaning we don't know yet, then replace it once you do. None is the honest starting point. It says this slot is intentionally empty, not 0, not a guess. Watch none act as a clean placeholder. We begin with winner as none. No winner yet. Later, once we know, we assign the real value over the top. Before winner is none, an honest empty. After, we filled it with Sam. and one trap to watch. Watch these two checks disagree on a real zero. A real score of 0. Not score is true. So a loose emptiness check would wrongly treat this real zero as missing. But score is none asks the precise question, is it truly absent? 0 isn't none, so this is false. Not score says true. It thinks 0 means empty. But as none says false, 0 is a real value, not missing. One last thing to plant for later. By far the biggest source of none in real code is functions. Remember how print handed us none back at the very start? That wasn't special to print. Any action that does a job but doesn't hand back a value gives you none instead. We'll dig into exactly how and when that happens once we reach functions, and this episode will click into place. For now, just carry the mental model. None is Python's honest way of saying, there's nothing here. None is Python's word for nothing at all, not 0, not false, not empty text, a value all its own, and there's exactly one of it. Check for it with is none and is not none, never double equals, and never by leaning on emptiness. A real 0 is empty-ish, but it isn't none. Nail this, and a whole category of confusing bugs disappears. Store none in a variable, then print whether it is none and whether it is not none. Watch the true and the false. Next, a bug that bites every beginner, adding a number to text and Python refusing. The fix is type conversion.